Okay, guys, welcome back to another stream. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, not happy with this Warner badge. I really amn't. Need to get rid of that as soon as possible. I am literally on the verge also going back to B3. Had some good races in the hypercar, but obviously we had some incidents along the way. But yesterday, yeah, um, over the last 10 races, I really don't think that I personally deserve fucking be back on this Warner badge. There have been some crashes, but I would say at least 70% of them were not my fault, just unlucky incidents. But anyway, um, as you can see, I am right on the edge here of going back to B3, which I haven't been for quite a while. So, at the minute, I do not think Spa is open. I think I've missed the. I think I've missed the race. Let's see if there's an upcoming. Yeah, no, I've missed it. Um, right. So in the meantime, what we will do is go into race weekend. And get used to. I was using Craviator's tune yesterday. Today I am going to try out Zenith's tune. Get a little bit of accustomed to it. Where's that hypercar? E2 we're actually looking for this weekend. Should be able to pick car. Why is it only Hyper and LMG T3? What am I doing wrong here? I think I'd know this game inside out by now, wouldn't you? LMP2. This is gonna be the Elms one though. Where's the WEC one? Oh, I think I know what I need to do. Race weekend. We'll go 24. Let's see if it gives us the option now. Car. Here we go. Hypercar LMP2. Yeah, because these cars are most definitely WEC, aren't they? Let's go with that one for now. Just gonna go with these settings. It's more about getting used to the car. Continue. Right, we'll see if this setup actually loads on this car. Right, Spa. Okay, JSR, WEC, Alfie. That's Zenith's one there. So let's load that. Have a look at what his setup is. Rear wings on 2, that's detached yet. Okay, suspension 6.9. Brakes 80% on the brakes. That might be a bit weak for me. One more TC 8 and 3. Okay. Okay, let's give this a go. In the next 10 minutes, we should have an actual practice session open where I can really wring the neck out of this car if I can. But yeah, 8 laps should be enough for now. We're gonna go out on the 80% on the brake, but let's see. Definitely a help if I turned on my wheel. Okay, force feedback is fine. Alright, let's see what Zenith's setup feels like. Unlike a normal practice session, we actually do have a little bit of heat on the tires at the minute. So far so good, this is feeling pretty okay. Even with the 80% brake. I think last turn is where I'm gonna have to definitely change how much pressure I apply though. Yeah, I did think so. Didn't quite judge that on the 80%. Yeah, I got that yesterday. Hey Dan, cheers for the resub, buddy. Yeah, I was not happy. Not a fucking happy camper at all. Really wasn't. How are you doing today, bud? Really do appreciate the resub, buddy. This is Zenith's tune, so just although it's not the actual track conditions, yeah, not too bad. I did actually plan to be on a race earlier, but for whatever reason, my sound, I was just checking everything before I got on, and I had no sound coming through the headset, and going through the LG settings, and I was failing to understand why, you know, none of the recordings that were recording my voice, the sound was coming out of the monitor. You're finally building a cockpit, are you? All I had to do to fix it was in the Windows settings. Half fucking hour I spent, and then remembered, right, why don't I try that? And that was the only thing that fixed it. God, I'm fucking Oh, it was bulling. Yeah, it was the simplest thing. Um, Gonna build in work. I need to switch on my transparent chat so as I'm not having to look over that screen. This tune actually feels pretty good on this track at the minute. I am getting there. I'm starting to feel it out a little bit. I'm not sure that we're gonna have the upcoming race ready. But hopefully it will be. Right, and do you have to pay him for the material, or he's been a really good boss and just giving it to you? Here we go. He's upgrading to a 21 Newton meter wheelbase so that he can have his current. Oh, nice. Yeah. When's he getting the When's he getting the new one? He's off work until a week Monday, so I can get one done before he returns. Gonna cost 0. Yeah, the wheelbase your mate is given to you, but you're actually talking about the cost of material as well, are you? Gone to Daytona. Nice. What are you gonna build it out of? Aluminium profile, or are you just gonna use normal box tube and fucking that sort of stuff? Then it's one load. Go and set up. How do I rename this? Don't. Okay. Right, now we're gonna get out on track with actual track conditions. It's probably gonna be raining in this oh, why is it not loaded that load? What the hell's going on here? Kind of enough spare aluminium. Why is it not letting me load this file? Let me load this file in that practice session I was doing. So what's going on here? Load. Sign. Oh, right. Now is it gonna this is not a fixed setup on this race, so what the hell is going on here? What am I missing here, guys? I'm gonna quit out of this and try again. Because I was using that setup that Zenith gave me in that race weekend. I'll refresh the list. That's when it chooses to give me a car, which it doesn't look like it's going to. It would normally give me one by now. Fuck's sake. Right, we will try this one. Combination of box section and aluminium. Yeah, you don't really want to be you want to use this little box section as you can. Like these rigs can be heavy enough as it is. Right, refresh list. Right. Oh, that one. Why will it not load this now? Right, let's check out and see if it will. Try assign this. Assign. Assign and load. What happens if I go back to JSR's one? Not let me. Why are the setups not actually working for this, guys? Track limits are default. Realistic damage. Realistic fuel. Tire wear. Tire warmers. Limited. Safety rank. This is an open setup. I'm gonna restart the game. Like you guys, that might have been watching yesterday. You saw this is an open setup. Because I was changing things on the fly. Taking directions from Craviator on his tune. So why you can't actually load a setup today, I have no clue. Well, the best of luck building that. I'm sure it won't be a bother to you. Building it. You'll definitely have to post a few pictures of it when it's all set up and ready to go. In the Discord then. I'd be interested to see our handiwork. My dad was a welder and a fitter welder, construction welder, so he was pretty handy at making some stuff himself. I don't get this, guys. Why will it not allow me um to load a setup today? This is not a fixed race, it's an open race. It's open setup. Has anyone any ideas that's watching why this has gone from an open setup yesterday to just insisting that I use a fixed setup today. Fine, fixed setup. Oh, here, I don't know. I really don't know, guys. What, I'm gonna go into chat, ask if anyone else is having issues, where's chat even gone, actually? There it is, there. Yeah, we're on, just gonna try one of these, just see if it loads it. No. I can't sit here all day. I'm just probably gonna have to make do with the fixed setup, am I? I'm gonna have to go out on a fixed setup. I really don't get it. Right, it's gonna be interesting to see how this fixed setup actually feels in the rain anyway. Alright, these tires are gonna be ice cold. I really did want to get in and practice in Dennett's setup, but won't allow me to load any setups whatsoever at the minute. I know the track is not overly wet at the minute, but this setup actually, for a fixed setup, feels super safe, if I'm honest. Track is damp, but it's not, definitely not saturated. Don't think I'll be hitting a 208 actually in. You know what? It's hard to tell. I'd like to go sub 2 minute 10, even though the track is damp. The rain just stays like this in the race, it wouldn't be too bad, but if it gets really, really wet, then it's going to get extremely tricky. Big force feedback loss there. Won't be a sub 10, but come on. Much better first turn. Another force feedback loss through there. Lost a little bit of time there by being a bit too greedy on the throttle. Get off! Ah! Condria Chuck, I'd imagine if the track was dry, he'd be running 206s. Alright, let's not torture you and see if we can at least break a 2 minute 10 in these conditions. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get a few good races in today. Hopefully. Thing is, the shitty badge. Like, I've picked it up. I make mistakes 100%, obviously. Know what I mean? But just some of the incidents yesterday, like, were a disaster. Like, the second race, Dan, after I binned it myself going up Eau Rouge, I hit the wall. Yeah, but I hit the wall and I came back out and I was on the brakes and a car clipped me no, it wasn't major fucking, it wasn't a really big hit, but it was enough. And because I DNF'd that race, straight into a warning badge after it. The first race, um, it was the exit, and the little mini straight leading down into that into the sweeping right hander. People were killing each other through there. I'd actually been pretty cautious going in through there. I could see there was already a couple of yellows. So, yeah, I came around that corner thinking it was probably all settled down. Wasn't massively accelerating out of there, but just a shit show down that little fucking hill. And I just had nowhere to go. I really didn't. I was already slow, but still on the brakes. And yeah, there was cars spinning. How you doing, Zen? Yeah, but DNFs should not actually count. Like if I've retired from the race, um, yeah, but none of that should count as in a warning badge for contacts. You know what I mean? Like if I'm binning it into the wall and I'm full on the fucking brake, that's my own bad. As long as I'm not actually taking out a shit ton of people with me, right? Fine. That should not count. Um, everybody makes mistakes. Like full on intentionally wrecking people. Yeah, fine. I love this game, but some of it really fucking. I was trying your setup out before I came in here. I want to show you something, Zen. I cannot load any setup today. I am actually on a fixed setup at the minute because I can't load anything. Like I downloaded it there before I got on, so That's your one there. Alfie put one in as well. I can't even use Craviator's tune from yesterday. Like, watch. I'm going to try load it, right? That's yours there. Load, right? It's giving me this, right? I've tried saving the setup, right? But look, this is what it's giving me. Yeah, it's an open race. It's the same race I was doing yesterday then, which is an open race. Like, I was using Craviator's tune yesterday. That's the tune I was using yesterday. That one there. Load. Because, look, yours and his tunes are actually on, the wing is on P2. I've already quit the game. I've already quit it and came back in, thinking that that might actually fix it. It hasn't. No. Go back to yesterday's. Honestly, go back to yesterday's stream. I was changing aero, fucking everything on. This is practice. That's why it has me confused then, because it is practice. I'll go into standard practice and see if anything changes in there. Like, I'm going to go on to Discord and I'm going to read out what it says about this race. I'll go on to Le Mans Discord. Intermediate silver. Spa, Francorchamps, LMP2, WEC and GTE AM classes. Open setup. How you doing, War? That's crazy. In standard practice, it's actually allowing me to. Yeah, but that's standard practice. It should be the same for both practices, and it normally is. Yeah, bit of a bug, all right. Right. So this is your tune. Right, let's get out and get a little bit of practice in with your setup, Sen, and see how we get on. Oh, it's dry at the minute as well. You recommend keeping the Oh, that was in the hyper car. Yeah, I know. I fucked that one up. For this race, then, do you recommend still keeping the wing on too? For the race, even though it's gonna rain. Even in the rain. Thoughts on separating SR, DR, or car types? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. They really should do that. Like I've said before, like this blanket rating for each type of car sucks absolute balls. A lot of people like to stick to GT3, then they try their hand, and I think it's actually off-putting for a lot of people because they get pretty good in the GT3. They have a blanket rating. They lose DR like fuck. Blame the LMP2 because they're losing rating. and then just go back to GT3 and say the LMP2 sucks. Whereas if you have separate separate ratings for each of the car classes and you earn your rating, it's a much better system, in my opinion. Yeah, but they should still all be separate, the car classes. Yeah, the kilogram of force is 80% at the minute, Zen. Yeah, I know that, yeah. In the rain, turn that up, yeah. It's an old that's that up, is it? Oh yeah, I agree with, you still have to, start off in the lower classes and then progress into the P3, P2 and the hypercar. But keep the DR and SR separate for each of the classes. To me, that's just way more logical. I do think you'd actually find a lot more people would attempt the classes that they're not good at. A lot easier if it was set up like that, because they're not going to risk losing their DR. That sort of shit matters to some people. It really does. It should have its own license, yeah. That's a good way of putting it, actually, Zen. Right. Pay attention now to what I'm doing. I think I will increase the brake force on this just a little bit, Zen. Oh, you're renting, yeah. It really is becoming a bit of a team, isn't it? Oh, you're renting. Car feels alright though, gotta say, Zen. Feels okay. I'm not having any major issues adapting to it. I know, ignore those lap times. I do more talking than driving. First and foremost, I need to stay out of trouble. Like, as much as I was trying to stay out of trouble yesterday, it wasn't always possible. But yeah. Okay, you and your band. Don't be putting that in me fucking brain, Zen. Don't be putting that in me brain. You're just gonna screw me head over. Just let me get on with it today. Alright, we've not got too long. Alright, Willie. I didn't dream about any of those things you were actually saying. Sort of disappointed I didn't dream about the second one. Not always. It depends on what you're trying to get under my skin about. Sometimes I hide it better. Won't be Gramps. I think Zen, I'm gonna definitely increase the brake force to about 88%. And I think I might put the wing on 3. Oh, I've had the badge a few times. I've definitely, been in the Bowl Boys corner quite a few times. But it's been quite a while since I've been there. Don't think I've been on the warning badge in something like maybe 6 months. Something like that. Yeah, it actually felt okay. Clearly, definitely gonna have to pay a little bit more attention to it when I'm qualifying. I'm gonna put that on 3. As I said, wheels and brakes are gonna go to 88%. Yeah, I think we'll be good to go with that. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, expected 10th in this race. Don't worry, I've no fear that I'm gonna get the car around. What do you when the rain comes? All right, Charles. Oh yeah, not too much around, Charles. When the rain comes, what do you recommend sticking the TC power cut to? As this is your tune anyway, so how you doing? Yeah, a two-legged puma. 5 or 6. Right, let's get this quali on their way. Saturated. Right. If I qualify in the top 10, I will be happy for now. That's when you find that your tires are just there, 55 degrees. Then is it? Brake bias feels fine at the minute. If I feel I need to change it, I will then. But I did promise you I'd give your setup a go. So I want to leave it as much as possible as to where you actually set it. Apart from the brakes. And the rear aero. I brought up by one click. Oh, that's the setup you had, is it? Not a go setup from looking at the dampers, anyway. Tires are starting to get there. Still not there yet. Definitely not there yet. I think we all like a stiff one. When there's a woman involved, anyway. No, we're not going there, Zen. Only when there's women involved. No, man. I like to have a stiff one when there's a woman involved. Things out my mouth probably don't come out as well as they should when I'm driving. No. I have me moments, Tommy. Just don't tell you lot about it. Alright. We made a bit of a mess of T1 last time out. I'm not quite on it with this yet, Zen. I really haven't. I know I'm not. Nowhere near the top 10 in that one. Right. The main objective today is to stay out of crashes as much as possible. We're doing how many laps? 14.8, I think it is. So put in a little bit extra. No, it's actually quite drivable, but it does things slightly different. I'm giving Zen's setup a go. I did promise him that I would give it a go. Like, this is the suspension setup for this.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
There's the dampers. Now, that was on 2, but I've put it to 3. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna drive this as is for now and see how we go. It definitely does handle differently, but I'm adjusting to it. Yeah, but Charles, the main thing today is to pick up as few contacts as possible and still try and have a good race. Like, I do not expect to be picking up any podiums or anything today, but I do want to stay out of trouble. And let's see if that's even possible at T1. Why am I chat for sipping on me coffee? It can be quite wet and it can be just sort of in between. It depends.
Green flag. Green
Not so
flag.
wet that you'd go in for the wet soap. At the minute, I would rather let those places go than be getting involved in a lot of contacts. at 2 guys with DTs in this race so far. That guy in the yellow and green car, he is definitely lagging. Let the tires get warmed up before I do that. Wow, there's people picking up DTs left, right and centre in this race at the minute. Don't know whether that guy locked up there or whether there was a touch between him and the guy behind him. Whoa, too late on the brake there. Yeah, Senna, do you want to put that setup in setup share? Nice one, bud. Oh, I like the Toyota. He got in for his drive-through. Yes, he is. Another guy in the pits as well. I am overthinking some of these turns now, actually. Instead of doing what I was doing. Hey, so far so good. Plenty of clean laps. Fuck all contact. Well, there was one little tip. A little bit of panic stations there with that yellow. Hey, Quaviator. No, I've made a bit of a ball to this turn. Hey Damo, how you doing, buddy? Are you sticking with the wheel or are you still back on the controller, bud? Alright, now the fun begins. Navigating these GTEs. Or the first of them. Still on the controller. Yeah, not too bad, buddy. Not too bad. Oh, that was definitely living on a knife edge through there. That was all on you, buddy. I left you a ton of space. You gave me a little tap. That's on you. Where for Eau Rouge and Radion? No. Bit of a lock-up. Oh, he's a gunner. Fuck. It's drying up again, alright, it really is, yeah. Obviously the track is still a little bit damp, but I was hoping he was not going to spin it out. He didn't. Divine is so far ahead of me, there's probably no hope of me catching that chap. Yeah, same myself though, haven't I? I'm in the same predicament. I'd like to be pushing a bit harder, but the more clean laps I rack up in this race with no contacts, the fucking better. I've had one contact, I think, in the whole of this race. No, two. Two, actually. Thank you very much, Aston Martin. I do like those Marlboro paint jobs. I think everybody does. It sure does, Troll. It sure does. Oh, Scaramuzzo is definitely caught up. Where are you going, man? Yeah, cheers for holding me up, you fucking asshole. I'm fucking right there, man. Do not be attempting that. He glued himself onto me there. Oh, he snapped it. He snapped it. It's a bit slow getting into third gear there. Really did think we were going to have a collision. What exactly are you referring to there, Zen? Something I did or something somebody else in the race was doing? Yeah, well. I was a bit indecisive going through there. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to go. I was trying not to hit the GTE in front of me on exit. I got a tap from behind. I think he was trying to make up his mind where to fucking go, but like I was trying to be patient through there. So do you mean that in a good way, Zen? I gotta ask. I didn't, yeah, I really did not know where he was going. The switch and turns thing, is that meant as a compliment or a criticism? I am trying to find a balance when I do switch it like that. It doesn't always work, but shut up, fucking Velson. I know, yeah. I am having my little bit of a say. Tell that to the guy behind me then. Right, it's time to infect my lungs, guys. No, still not heard that yet, but they did say, Shanky, it could take 2 weeks. Who was the guy in the Ferrari? Queen, wasn't Vantage. Right, in the end, a few contacts in there, but nothing major. It was lap 13. Alright, let's see what it says on contacts. 1 invalid. Raise contact with more 0. Yeah. Do you know what? A couple of those contacts actually felt a lot heavier than the game is saying they were. But anyway. Do you know what? Gotta admit, I've got to admit, Zen, the car actually felt better on 5.5 with the rest of that setup. On the TC, it actually did feel a lot better. Maybe you should check it out with 5.5 yourself and see what you think. Even in the rain, like I know it wasn't particularly pelting down, but you switch it as you drive, yeah. Right, we finished P5 in that race in the end. Only qualified. Where did I qualify? Somewhere really bad. Was it 14th? I qualified. So to finish P5 with as few contacts as there was in that race, good result. Load. Right, I'm gonna make some changes to this. Throw it in the setup share if you want, Craviator, so the other guys can try it out as well. It's with yourself, or you can, you know, it's your setup, whatever you're good with. Right, 5.5. What else did I change? I felt P3 was good on that. Yeah, do you know what? I'll leave it on P2. On wing 2. The rest of this I am not going to touch because that's how the car came. Right. Now, how do I go in and save these changes now? TC Cut 4. I can try that. I want to leave the base setup as is, and I can change the cut when I need to. Under basic. All right. I want to go back in and make sure. Two dampers or suspension and brakes. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, that was a standard one. We'll go into one of these. You guys love watching me because I'm so bad at this saving setups using a PC. How the fuck do I even manage to stream? Right, load. You're on Fuji. How are you getting on? How are you getting on Fuji? Ah, what the hell now? It's doing this shit again. Do you know what, guys? I actually have to wait until the standard practice before I can actually save this setup. Yeah, I know it's gone fixed again. It was doing that to me earlier. Whereas in the extended practice, it wouldn't let you load any setups. You had to use fixed. Switch to the standard, and you won a race yesterday. Nice one. Let's see if we can get into this one. Is it Fuji Classic or is it the Grand Prix one? Classic is the one that doesn't have the middle chicane. It has that sweeping right-hander. I haven't actually looked at Fuji. I do like Fuji, so you know, I would entertain running GT3s on that track, but right, P2. Right, here we are here. Dampers we're leaving alone. Suspension is all good. 88% we were using on the brakes. Yeah, no, it's normal practice you can actually load your setup, but in the extended one you can't. Right, so now how do I save this from here now? Basic. Not seeing save anywhere. I really need to go to loo, guys. If you guys can tell me how to save it from here by the time I come back, because like obviously I've made changes, but I want to save it. Do I go back into custom setup and then press save? Alright, so that should be it now, yeah? Yeah, good to go. It's good. I'll know what it is from there on in. Right, guys, as I said, I do need to go to loo. In the meantime, we'll watch somebody out on track. Who are we going to watch? We'll pick this guy. Right, give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Right, guys, welcome back. Right, let's we have registered, so I am going to double check that. I do not want to miss this next race. It isn't though. It is confusing. It is confusing then when it says Elms WEC. This is definitely WEC based on the lap times and what the car is capable of. The really, really fast guys will be running 201s, low 201s. Maybe it's Elm's layout. I don't know. But they'd be running low 201s, maybe high 2 minutes. Not yet. War no. I will let you know when I hear something, good or bad. But as of today, yeah, no, nothing. They did say it'd take about 2 weeks. It'll be probably a call or email. I'm not sure. They did a lot of emailing. I had one phone call, but most of it was done through email. Right, that's the setup. Yes, I'm one of the lowest rated drivers in here. Fine. No, I'm not that low. Still, I'm expected outside the top 10. Yeah, I've had days like that before. You're doing 43s around Fuji. Okay. Sounds like a half decent time. I can't remember. What are the leaderboard times there, Damo? High 40s, low 41s. I'm guessing. Level 41, yeah. Not too bad. What car are you using actually? You're using the Mustang. Is that the OP car, or is there a different cars sitting on top of the leaderboard? BMW is sitting top, is it? Still gonna take another lap before we really get the tires where we want them. They're not quite there on the tires. Understeering on the way out of there. That's pretty slow in that middle sector for me. Not too bad, not too bad. No, I messed it up here. 2081, we'll take it. Yeah, the tyre scrub sound, yeah. I was concentrating so hard there. I did look at what you guys were saying, but I was just concentrating on, because I knew I was sort of on a half decent lap. I didn't want to change what my approach just there while I was actually in a good position. You're starting. Best of luck, Damo. Go get another win.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Okay, we are starting P6. We have our tyres on. I think so, yeah. The 2081, yeah. That would be me fastest qualifying time so far. Right, guys, can we keep this race? Wasn't 100% clean in that last race, but very few contacts, and I want to keep it that way again. This race, if we can. Yeah, overall, yeah, it just feels better with the 5.5. To be honest, I know I haven't tried it on 5.4 yet, but stick with me. Cheers, War. Wasn't too bad a lap. Bit further back than I want to be, but
Green flag, green
here we go. Green, green, green. Figured he was not giving up that corner, so played it safe. Nicely done from Scaramuzzo. Whoops. Oh man, did I go too wide there. Fuck. Definite track limit. That's a small track limit for how wide I actually went. Oh man, stop talking mid-corner. Yeah, just let me get the tires warmed up to where I'd like them, and I will try that. Oh, here comes the rain. Wrong time to do that on the power cut. Fuck. I need to settle back down. Not that wet at the minute, but might as well get this out of the way. He must have been given an illegal overtake there to backed out the way he did. Oh, he's a gunner. He's a gunner. It's so far so good, Senate. Track is getting a little wetter, but Repagan got me nicely there. And I got a puncture. No. Where are the rest of these cars? It wasn't the wets that caused me to fucking spin out, to be honest. I did get a bit of a tap from Guthrie. We were both fighting hard for that corner. Probably a little bit too hard. Whoa, sorry, bud. Fucking trying to... Yeah, I know you're saying going wets, but... It's gonna dry up again. I didn't even have to be on a curb there. I have to be somewhere. Damage 34 seconds. Yeah. I was trying. The car was just sort of like an absolute bitch just to even keep in a straight line, so I didn't want to hobble all the way back around. And like I was watching every car that was behind me anyway, so fucking I was trying not to get in their way.
Lap 4:49.32.
Let's have a look at these tires. Okay. Maybe I should have went onto the way. Oh man. Now I have a drive through. First race drove so fucking well. I just released the pit limiter a little early. I knew as soon as I released it, I was going, right, here we go. Track limit. Alright, track is going to start drying again from the looks of it. Don't know whether to change these tires now. They're just getting worse, aren't they? On that right hand side. Even driving slow, the car now is just giving way every time I go into one of those turns. The track dries up a little bit quicker, would be alright, but I'll have a look after this race, Cravier. Sorry, yeah, I didn't look in Discord. Yeah, it's starting to dry up a little bit. Gonna make absolute sure not to pick up another drive through this time. Just gonna have to see out this race now. Myself and Guthrie fought a little bit too hard at the bottom of the Kemmel Straight. I got a slight lock up on, but I did think I made it to the apex. Got a bit of a slap, tank slapper into the wall. Got a puncture. And released the pit limiter too early and just picked up a drive-through, which I've just served. Oh, come on. And now I've got suspension damage, along with really bad tyres. Okay, how slow I'm having to go through here. Nah, I'm not gonna DNF. I have enough of them over my time on this account. Come on, left. That rear tyre definitely is killing the balance of the car at the minute. Don't start that again, Zen. Don't start that again. Can we get any heat into that left rear now? Don't want to attack our Rouge too much. Still only in the, not even at the 50 range yet. Okay, we're getting a little bit of heat in that left rear, but it's still nowhere near as hot as I'd like it. A little bit of grip coming into that left rear now, but obviously not as much as the other tyres. Could do without that suspension damage as well, but disaster ever race this one. Disaster. I regret not just giving the place to Guthrie now. I wouldn't be in this position right now then, would I? I wouldn't exactly say surprisingly, Cravier. I've seen some bad racing on here myself. Yeah, nice one, Damo. I'm a ways away from getting that back at the minute. Last race was good. Only one not clean lap and a couple of contacts that didn't even count. So I had, what, 13 clean laps in that race. Where'd you finish in that race, Damo? If you had a win, you would have been saying it already. 12th. Tough competition in there, was it? You got rear end in T1. I think I'm going to be just letting Sheik go, as I don't have the car underneath me at the minute to fight him. I mightn't have the car at the minute, but I'm placing my car well to stop him from overtaking me. Just locking up there because of that suspension. Making a race out of this after all, guys, just a little bit. He must be looking at me badge going, got me now. Or he should have.
Lap 2, 13.50.
Yeah, he's scared of the badge. He really is. Still an untrusted citizen, yeah. First race was excellent. This one I've made a tit of. At least we've gotten a little bit of a race in here, guys. He is going to get me. I know he is. Had to have some sort of fun in this race, didn't I? Oh, he nearly binned it. What the fuck?
Time 2, 13.44.
I see he pulled over. Why the fuck would he quit? I don't get why he quit. Like, I had nothing to do with him running into the wall, so I'd let him go. He made that mistake on that second last lap himself on that exit. No, he didn't quit. He was just finished. I can be such a dingbat at times, can't I? Right, we definitely have to have a look at... I do regret not letting, what was his name? Guthrie just go. He had a little bit of a run on me, but I took the chance on both of us getting through the corner. And it didn't work out. Did that really say good drive up there, did it? This game is nuts sometimes. Incidents. Let's go to incidents. Little bit of a touch there. I was right. I really did think I made the corner. And I made the apex. What do you guys think? I'm. Oh, last race left. I was the one on the inside. That's me here. So I knew he was over there. I was aiming for the apex here, and I did hit it. I couldn't get off him through. Really, troll. Go chase cam. That was from the contact. I couldn't get the car fucking turned. Nothing was said about that. I was trying to leave him room. Like, I have the good driver badge back. Look. The fuck, guys. Right, you know what? I'm gonna do one more. Right now, I've got to keep it. That's what I was saying about the system in this fucking game sometimes. It really is all over the fucking place. You guys not agree it's a bit all over the fucking place? It doesn't know what it wants to do? Like, that was a heavy incident, that one. Like, I was definitely on the apex, I was. But the bit of a smack that he gave me, like, yeah, but I only got the warning badge yesterday. And I've not done 10 races since yesterday. I got the warning badge after the second race yesterday, when I binned going up through Eau Rouge. We have done... Alright. Is that the way it's worked? Are you sure? Just 10 races. Right. Right, next step's to fucking try and get the green diamond back. Anyway, guys, do you know what? Seeing as I'm doing another race, I'm gonna run down and I'm gonna make a coffee. Okay. The TV show I'm watching at the minute, like it's an oldie. It's actually higher rated than I would ever actually rate it. But while I'm letting Reacher episodes back up, because I really do want to watch Reacher. I've been watching Grimm. Um, it's just getting a bit repetitive now, and it's only the fourth season I'm watching. I'm sort of going, how far can they take this? There's something like 24 episodes in it. I know it's all based on fairy tales and all that sort of shit, but yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit bored with it at the minute, so I'm gonna do another race. I just said I'd give it a chance, Troll. And I'm giving it a chance. As I said, I do want to watch Reacher, and a couple of other shows, but I need to let them build up a bit because I do like to watch an episode a night, and there's just not enough of the Reacher shows released just yet. What, the new Reacher one or Grimm, Gravy, or which one are you on about? Grimm. Yeah, it's a bit corny, innit? It really is. Um, as I said, like I think I'm something like 9 or 10 episodes in the first series, and I'm sort of going, I don't know how much more I can watch of this. But anyway, in the meantime, guys, oh hell no, Troll, hell no, no. Right, I'm gonna run, make a coffee, come back and do another one. Do you know what? I tried the first 3 episodes of Breaking Bad, um, and I could never get into Breaking Bad. I just couldn't get into it. Band of Brothers, The Pacific, Reacher, Bosch, loads of other fucking stuff, but I just could not get into Breaking Bad. What can I say? Right, I'm going to run and make that coffee, guys. Hope you'll be on acceptable behaviour. Ram, I heard that show. I heard that's good. Right, anyway, I'm going to make a coffee. Silo. No, I've never seen Silo. Actually, I've never even heard of Silo Troll, to be honest. What's it about? I'll leave the door open at night for the pair of you. You guys are gonna be going, what the absolute fuck? I never got into The Office either. Don't get me wrong, I do like Ricky Gervais. I think he's really funny and really fucking smart, but I just never got into The Office. I know it's about a silo, but what, a nuclear silo? What sort of silo? I can't delve into your brain, Troll. Grains on. Fuck off, guys. You guys are dickheads. What else do I want to do with this tune? Nothing. Just take the fuel out. It does have wee. Right, where are we expected in this race? Let's try and figure it out. Somewhere around the top 10. No, outside the top 10. Good. Right, guys. Time to do what we did in the first race. Avoid fucking contacts at all costs. They are a bit mental, Shanky, aren't they? They are a bit mental. The Chosen. Is that one of them so-called fucking reality shows? Love, oh man, no. Right, time to knuckle down. See if we can get a 207 in quality this time. Actually, we will, when the tires are heated up, put the TC cut to 4. Hit a 2081 in the last. Don't forget, these are WEC. These are not Elms, Alfie. That are not as quick. Yeah, didn't get me ice cream yesterday. I want one today. Well, it did say WEC, but it was confusing reading it because it also said Elms as well. But the times don't stack up for Elms. Either does the straight line speed and acceleration. Oh, it's still a lot faster than the P3, even in this wet one. But yeah, just nowhere near as quick as the Elms. Oh man, yeah. That would be carnage though, Claviator, because some of the really quick GT3 guys would be faster than some of the slower fucking P3 guys. It would be a riot, wouldn't it? At the Elms, or which cars are you talking about then? That would be fun, yeah. Don't know how they'd manage it, because they are on different tyre models. I'm just thinking out loud. So like the GTEs are still on the old tyre model, whereas the P3s are definitely on the new one. Be funny if it did though, wouldn't it? That'd be a riot. 2 different tyre models for the one race. Whoop. Okay. Cock that up.
Lap 2, 11.90.
The GTEs are actually faster than the GT3s though. No, I'm sticking with this, Zen. I'm on TC Cut 4 as it is, Zen. I am not going to TC4 on the normal TC. It's not that stable. balls me braking there, didn't I?
Lap 2:08.23.
I was on for a fucking 207, wasn't I? Oh. What the fuck, troll? Well, I ain't a spring chicken anymore, Alfie. What you expect out of me, huh? When I get a 207. When I get a 207, it'll deserve an ice cream. I actually didn't feel comfortable with it on 4. It was sort of doing my tits in a little bit if I'm honest then. Um I'd need a lot more practice than I know I got a few quality laps in there, but I never felt that I was fully
And drivers
fully with
go
it.
to the grid for a race start.
I can if that's the number of the bus, Alfie. Am I? Then do you know what? We've never actually really had a race. We've not been in enough lobbies together. I'm not too slow for an owl lad. Or a Gramps, as some of you call me. $55. I'm old enough, Shanky. 206 by Monday. What the fuck, here?
Formation lap has started.
You feel like I do at the minute, it is. Better be good ice cream, Graveyard. Better be good one. Häagen-Dazs, Ben and Jerry's. How you doing, Will? Jersey milk. Home brand. Where did I qualify? 5th. Okay.
Green flag.
Here we go. Green, green, green. Okay, good start. Yeah, it's still on wing 2, yeah. Made it to me turn in there. I'm actually not following his lines, I'm just trying to settle down myself actually. UHAS is definitely a lot closer than I want him to be. No, none too mental, Zen, no. Yeah, the rain is pretty light at the minute, yeah. Here it comes now. It was really good braking from him, yeah, I was just thinking it. I just didn't say it. Oh yeah, hats off to him. You would say that, Alfie. Good race so far, guys. No, I've not even thought about doing it, Alfie, as you know. Namely because it's actually on the Mon. Had to be on the ball there in that corner, didn't I? Not giving away that place that easy, buddy. From Westerby. No, I'm trying not to fucking pick up a warning badge again, but you want me driving into him. I'm not happy with that bomb now, in fairness, because, yeah. I was sort of half expecting him to give that place back, but, tap that ass, let him know he was boss. Fuck. I am gonna make a move on him. I will catch back up to him again when Man, I get me fucking act together. That was a little ropey through there. Oh, that caught me. I have. That's the first time I have done that today in that turn.
9209.40.
First time I've done that in that turn today. Yeah, that's it for the rain, yeah. Alright, 4 laps to go. See if we can grab back at least one of these places. Nah, mate, I'm not going back to cut 4. It was slippy enough using TC4 when it was actually dry. Yeah, he certainly did know how to lift, didn't he? Gonna get stuck behind this GTE going up through Eau Rouge, am I? Maybe not. Does this guy know how to lift? Yes, he does. Just about, though. I don't mind it on the edge, but there's a certain limit of how much I like it on the edge. Like, I could get used to it being on 4, but I'd need a lot more drive time with it. Yeah, do you know what? When you're watching, like I've watched other people's streams, and it always seems so much smoother watching what they're doing. Even my own VOD sometimes, just to see. But what I'm basically saying is, like, it looks so much smoother when you're watching it on the screen than it actually feels. You shut up, Alfie. Don't get me wrong, Zen, I actually quite like the setup. I really do. For some reason it sort of suits me. I'm just not pushing it that hard at the minute because, you know yourself, the whole idea of today was as little contact as possible, get myself off that warning badge, which I have actually done. Do I? Alfie is being his typical self at the minute, isn't he? Is that Westerby? Yeah, it is. He's gotten what he deserved there. Wow, what a catch. That was so close to binning myself. Whew. It wasn't actually. That was just a pure shit mistake from me, to be honest. Zen, you can push this car harder than I am. Alright, this is last lap. I don't want to do any silly mistakes. I'm just glad that I'm back ahead of Westerby. I think whether he had a crash or not, I don't know. Or whether he just binned it for himself. After that overtake that he made on me, which shoved me right off track, he's back where he should be. Now, Juhas on the other hand, that was a brilliant overtake from him, really was. He was so good on the brakes into that turn. He was so controlled. So, yeah, hats off to that guy, but not to Westerby. Happy enough with that result, guys. Happy enough with that result. What lap was it that Juhas did that overtake? Yeah, back on the yeah, back on the Indian buzz, huh? This could be a hair, actually. I think this might be a... this the lap he runs me off? I want to watch that in chase cam, actually. To be honest, I don't think that was as bad as it actually felt at the time. Let's... What do you guys think? I can see why you attempted it. Hey guys, what time is it? 8:15. Or 8:20 nearly. Yeah, it was a bit of a bomb, but also at the same time, like I could have stayed more in the middle of the track. But I think he still would have actually attempted that move, even if I had. So I think it would have ended up worse. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that race, because I know I did. Yeah, wasn't particularly enamored with fucking Westerby, but I know I was pretty much on the brake turning when he still came in there. But right, let's get out of here. See what see what sort of DR we picked up before I leave. Did it make up for my DNF that I had? Oh, not DNF, but absolute shit show. Right, we're still in S1 somehow or other. That was right on the edge there today. Even with the second race not going particularly well. Did okay today in the end. Did okay. We're out of the warning badge scenario, so that's always a plus. How many races do we have today? Yeah, we only had 3. Yeah, that was a disaster. Pretty okay racing in the end. Yeah, so guys, unfortunately, that is it from me for tonight, as yeah, I've got to go. I will keep you guys updated on the bus thing if and when it happens. I appreciate that you are actually interested. I really do. Right. I think we will have a little bit more LMP2 on this track again tomorrow. It has actually been quite fun this week. So far, I've had some incidents, but overall it's been pretty good. You gonna hire me? Are you hiring, Alfie? Yeah, you're hiring, eh? Right, guys, listen. Cheers for watching. Whether you're watching YouTube or Twitch, it's been a good day overall. Right, and I do hope to catch you guys tomorrow if I can. So listen, as usual, guys, it is Shlánat Grev Mogat, and catch you guys later. Puma. Have a good night, guys. See you soon. And Zen, cheers for the tune. It definitely feels better on 5.5 rather than A3, by the way. So check that out, yeah, if you haven't done already. But cheers for the setup. Right. On that note, good night.